everyone, and welcome back to another video on Maanav Sports Talk. So we finally made it to the NBA Finals, the bubble NBA Finals. We all know it's gonna be epic. If you don't know already, we have the Los Angeles Lakers, right behind me. Now the Los Angeles Lakers gonna be taking on the underdogs throughout the entire NBA bubble, the Miami Heat. We got the Los Angeles Lakers taking on the Miami Heat in the 2020 NBA Finals in the bubble at Orlando. Should be a great series. I'm really looking forward to this. It's going to be really amazing. Got the King, LeBron James, going to his 10th NBA Finals game. If you don't know that already, LeBron has been in more Finals appearances than 27 current NBA franchises, which is just insane. Of course, many people are talking about his record, which is 3-6, which is also something that I am also interested in to see if he can win his 4th ring, with a different team, with the Los Angeles Lakers. And then on the other side, we got the Miami Heat. Nobody thought they'd reach this far. Even I thought they'd never go this far. They beat the Bucks 4-1, which was one of the most surprising upsets we saw. But the Heat, they play really good. They're a great team basketball. They play really well. They're a great coach team. One of the best teams in clutch time. They shoot well, and they make buckets when they have to, and will play great when they need to do it in the 4th quarter. And have just had an amazing playoff run so far, only losing 3 games to go 12-3 so far in the playoffs. The Lakers also only lost 3 games so far, going 12-3 in their playoff run. Should be great to see the Lakers come in as a favorite here, but you'll see what I think about the Heat later on in this video. So I think it's going to be a great series. Can't wait for it. Jimmy Butler, people have not been saying, well, they're not really a star on Miami. Well, I feel they're kind of some stars on Miami if you think about it. This playoff run for them, Jimmy Butler obviously is their guy, the franchise guy. And then I think Bam Adebayo has been, really great these playoffs. He's been their 2nd star. And then we saw the emergence of Tyler Hero throughout these NBA playoffs. The rookie, only 20 years old, the rookie, showing his great shooting ability, his ability to score when he needs to drive, to make free throws. He's been really amazing, especially as a rookie. To see him play so well is just outstanding. The Heat have a lot of great role players that you'll see throughout the series, but for the Lakers, it's all going to be about LeBron James and Anthony Davis, as these two are going to have to lead them to an NBA title if they want to win. For the Heat, it has to be Jimmy Butler's show here. Jimmy Butler's going to have to put up some big games. Bam Adebayo is going to have to be great, playing defense against Anthony Davis and LeBron James. On the other side, Anthony Davis is going to have to play some defense against Bam Adebayo. And then the Lakers are going to have to play some good perimeter defense against the shooters of Miami. But it's really intriguing to see what will happen here. The headlines are LeBron James playing his former team, the Miami Heat. So we expect that Eric Spoelstra, the coach that LeBron James had under Miami, still there as the coach. You bet he has some things he knows about LeBron, his weaknesses, what he's good at, what he's not good at. And then on the other side, we also expect LeBron to know something about Eric Spoelstra's team, how he runs the team, what he likes to do. So, got that chess match going on here. Should be great. Got 2 amazing coaching staffs, and can't wait for the series. Let's talk about the key players. I'm going to be talking about the main stars, the main star who's going to have to perform really well if they want to win. It's always going to be about, LeBron James and stuff, but in order for the Lakers to win a championship, Anthony Davis has to play well. If Anthony Davis cannot play well, the Lakers are not going to win a championship. Anthony Davis is the star key player for the Los Angeles Lakers. There's no other way to put it. He's the 2nd guy on the Lakers. If he doesn't play well, the Lakers are not going to win. And we've seen him play amazing throughout these playoffs. And that's why the Lakers have been so successful. And if they are going to win a championship, he has to deliver big time. Now, for the Heat, to keep it simple, it's going to be about Jimmy Butler. I'm just stating the obvious. It has to be Jimmy Butler for the Heat. He's leading this team. if the Heat are gonna win this NBA Finals, Jimmy Butler is going to have to put up some 40-point games and play really well both sides of the ball. Now, those are the star players that are gonna have to be great. Obviously, Bam Adebayo and LeBron are gonna have to be great, but without those two not performing, you're never gonna get a championship for these two teams. Now, the role players, or like some people like to call them the others, but I don't like to call them the others because they are people, They're the role players. The Heat, they've had some really great role players, most notably Tyler Hero, who has been outstanding these playoffs as a rookie. Andre Iguodala, the savvy veteran, is going to be really important for the Heat as he's been in many NBA Finals, obviously with the Golden State Warriors. They also have Jay Crowder, really great shooter from three, great defender. Look for him to have a big impact this series. Duncan Robinson is also going to be really important for the Heat as well. Now for the Lakers, it's going to be KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who's going to have to play really well. Kyle Kuzma, and we obviously know Rajon Rondo, playoff Rondo. I'm not worried about him. You'll definitely see him deliver in these NBA Finals. And then Danny Green is going to have to be really important. We saw him with the Toronto Raptors last year, and he was very vital to the Raptors winning it all last year. So it's going to be those guys, but the main role players for the Lakers that will have to be delivering the key role players. To me, it's going to be Danny Green and KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. These two people shoot really well from three. If Lakers are going to have to win the series, they're going to have to shoot well from three because the Heat do that. And KCP and Danny Green are the three-point specialists on the Lakers. And if they shoot the ball well, look for the Lakers to roll in those games. For the Heat, Tyler Hero, kind of emerging as a star. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about Duncan Robinson and Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder is going to be really important. He has to play great defense. And then Duncan Robinson, obviously with his three-point shooting, is excellent. He has to make the threes. And yeah, those are the key role players. Now I'm going to be breaking down each team, by offense, defense, coaching, X factors, how they play in the clutch. Do they not turn the ball over or not? And stuff like that. So let's take a look at that. So here's the breakdown of all the aspects of the basketball that we're going to be watching during the NBA Finals. I all broke it down during offensive plays and specialties and defensive plays, coaching, X factors, as you see here. Let's start off with three-point shooting. As you see, you already see all the results, but I'm going to explain these. Got the Heat, they shoot a lot better. They've been shooting a good, 40% from downtown. They have much more consistent three-point shooters that can deliver. Many more guys who can shoot the three well. Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Jay Crowder, Jimmy Butler can also shoot the threes. And Goran Dragic as well, Kelly Olynyk, these guys can shoot threes well compared to the Lakers who do not shoot it that well. LeBron, is kind of inconsistent from three. Anthony Davis, is here and there. Same thing with Rondo and these other guys, but I feel like the Heat shoot better from three. Free throws, I'm still sticking with the Heat. They've been really great in clutch free throws. We see Jimmy Butler drain them. And yeah, I think the Heat, they shoot better. Points in the paint, the Lakers, they have their bigs. They're going to dominate the paint in general. And I expect them to have a lot of points in the paint. Now, for coaching, it's a little bit difficult here because both sides have really good coaching. But I'm going to be taking the Heat here. Eric Spoelstra has been really great. He's already won 2 championships, before. So Frank Vogel doesn't really have a championship winner yet. So that's why I'm still taking the Heat. Spoelstra, we know, can deliver. Really good coach, teaches his guys well. They don't do stupid mistakes and stuff. They're well coached, and they generally do the right thing. And that's why I'm taking the coaching for the Heat. X factors again. I already mentioned this earlier, but I'm still taking the Heat once more. I really like the role players like Tyler Hero. Goran Dragic, I guess you could say, is one of the main guys on the team because he's been their leading scorer a lot. And then you also have Jay Crowder, and Duncan Robinson, and Olynyk and Iguodala, I feel like these guys can really help the Heat out. Their X factors are much better than what the Lakers have in Kyle Kuzma, and KCP and other guys like that. I feel like the Heat have much more better role players. For the X factor, it's Jimmy Butler. I feel like he's been delivering throughout. Anthony Davis, it's both their first NBA Finals game, but I feel like the Heat, have much more role players that can be an X factor. But the final three aspects here of the NBA Finals: the clutch play, ball security, and defense. I'm taking the Heat in clutch play. We've seen them, play really well in clutch time. They have some of the best scores in clutch time, like Jimmy Butler, the best. They generally score well during this time in the fourth quarter with 5 minutes left and within 5 points. They've been able to do it consistently throughout the playoffs. Still haven't seen much from the Lakers. Generally they have a big lead and just dominate, but I want to see them play in more closer games and see if they can win. We saw Anthony Davis was able to win it for them, but the Heat have done it in so many games, and against the Celtics they're able to do something that nobody's done in quite a long time, with that kind of scoring that they do in the fourth quarter late. Ball security, this was kind of tough. Both teams are well disciplined and don't turn the ball over that much, but I feel like the Heat don't turn the ball over that much. Danny Green sometimes can turn it over. Caruso, considering the Lakers have bigger guys, they may lose the ball a little bit. We saw that with the Houston Rockets series. Defensively, there's no match. The Lakers are the best defensive team in the league. There's no other way to say it. They've been great defensively. And although the Heat are really good, the Lakers are just better. And with that, now let's take a look at my prediction for the NBA Finals of 2020, Heat versus Lakers. Here we are, my NBA Finals prediction: the Miami Heat taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. We have LeBron James's former team, the Miami Heat, going to face him against him in a Lakers uniform with his buddy Anthony Davis, going against the star Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo and the Miami Heat squad. This should be an outstanding final series if it comes down to this. Miami Heat have played great during the playoffs. Jimmy Butler has been great in clutch time. Their defense has been great. The role players have stepped up. And for the Lakers, the same thing. The role players, the bench. We had LeBron and Anthony Davis obviously playing great as a duo. They've been shooting well from 3, and this should be great. But here's my prediction: I have the Heat winning the NBA Finals and becoming the NBA Finals champions in 7 games, with obviously Jimmy Butler being the Finals MVP. So, I have the feeling that the Heat will be playing great defense on the Lakers. They'll be forcing the other guys to make shots, from 3, and I don't know if the Lakers will be consistently able to deliver at this stage. The Lakers might focus in on Jimmy Butler, but I have some pretty good confidence in the other guys like Goran Dragic and Bam Adebayo, to deliver. And Tyler Hero has been really great, as well as you have Iguodala, Kendrick Nunn, and Kelly Olynyk. You have many different guys who can step up from the Heat, and I believe they can do it more consistently than, let's say, like a Kyle Kuzma, for example. So, I have the Heat winning it in 7. Here we are. This is the final stage. I have the Miami Heat winning it, the 2020 NBA champions, according to me, in 7 games. Just a really great team overall. Really like what they've done so far. I've already explained everything you guys needed to know about why I think the Heat will win. As you saw in that table where I listed everybody's who is better in offense and defense, you saw the Heat winning it 6-2 in that ratio. So you see why I chose them there. And then I have the Heat winning it. They're the 2020 NBA champions. So I have the Heat winning it in 7 games. That may surprise many of you guys, but that's who I think will win. That's my gut feeling. I have nothing against the Lakers. The Lakers are a really great team. I expected them to beat Portland, Houston, and the Nuggets, but the Heat have just shown me something throughout these playoffs that I haven't really seen from any other team yet. And every team has the hunger to win, but the Heat, they have just shown unbelievable ability to come back. Not only just to come back, but to win and close out important games and deliver when they have to is just something that I really like about this Heat team, and I think they can just carry it over into the NBA Finals based on how well they are playing. And in a Game 7, I just feel like they can do it. The Lakers, they are a great team. They can definitely win this. I'm not saying they cannot win this, It's really 50-50 to me. And the Lakers are favored, but I'm going with the upset here. I think the Heat will win. And yeah, I just think their role players are better, much better. They can shoot better from three. They can, generally shoot better from the free throw line. The defense is really good for the Heat as well. And I just think they'll pull it out here. And unfortunately for me, I think LeBron goes 3-7 in the NBA Finals. It's been a talking point for many how LeBron doesn't perform in an NBA Finals. He's had some issues in NBA Finals before. We've seen it, about 10 years ago with the Mavericks, but that's 10 years ago. How LeBron has done so great this year. He's a little bit on the older side, but man, he is looking as good as ever. Even though he's a bit older, he's still looking great. But we do remember what happened with the Mavericks, them losing to the Mavericks, where he was just choking in those playoff NBA Finals games. He's had some NBA Finals where he doesn't get the support, like in 2015 with the Cavaliers, where Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love got hurt. His first NBA Finals with the Cavs, it was pretty much him by himself, but he had those 2 victories, with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. But he also lost to the Spurs 4-1, which was another major talking point here. But the one thing that I'll never forget about LeBron James is when he came back from a 3-1 deficit against, the greatest regular season team in NBA history, the Golden State Warriors, who went 73-9. I'll never forget what he did down 3-1, and that will cement him as one of the greatest of all time, whether he wins this or not. LeBron is really one of the greatest we've seen to ever play the basketball, and I really do think he'll perform well, but I just think the Heat are the team to win it this year. So now we're going to be doing a quick recap of the conference finals, Western Conference Finals and Eastern Conference Finals, which we saw the Los Angeles Lakers beat the Nuggets 4-1, and we saw the Miami Heat beat the Boston Celtics, who were the favorites, 4-2. So we're going to be starting off with the Miami Heat versus Boston Celtics series. In Game 1, I'm going to be going over certain games here that had a big impact on the series. We're going to be talking about Game 1, where we saw Goran Dragic was the leading scorer for the Heat, scoring 29. Jason Tatum scored 30. We saw the Heat shoot 44% from 3, and it was an overtime win for the Miami Heat in what was an amazing game, where we saw Bam Adebayo block Tatum at the end to seal the deal for the Miami Heat and take a 1-0 lead. Let's take a look at that heroic play by Bam. Here we are at the end of OT, Jimmy Butler time. Butler driving to the rim, gets it, foul, shot is good, count it in the bucket. Jimmy Butler showing off his clutch G ability here. The Heat take the lead by 1, chance to put it 1 more. Butler drills it, the Heat up by 2, Boston timeout. This is the play for Boston here to tie it or win it. Tatum driving to the hoop, blocked by Bam! Bam Adebayo! Not on his watch! Bam! Tatum! Not there! Bam says, get it out of here. Not on my watch. Looks like the Heat are going to pull it out unless a miracle here. Tatum gets it, falls, somehow gets a shot off. 1 goal! The Heat hold on at the end to win in overtime. What a game! For Game 2, again, Goran Dragic was the leading scorer for the Miami Heat. He scored 25. We also saw 23 points from Kemba Walker. But the Heat were able to come back from another double-digit deficit in the 3rd quarter with, they're already one of the best teams to come back. And they're able to come back in Game 2 from, around a 17-point deficit to come back and win Game 2 in amazing style. And it was quite an amazing finish for the Miami Heat, who were able to pull off another great miracle win and officially make their lead 2-0 and assert their dominance in the series at that point. That win was very important for the Heat, as they're able to jump up 2-0 and, dominate that point. But they were able to dominate the third quarter, scoring 37 points. And, a 20-point differential in the third quarter allowed the Heat to, get that game too. The Heat trying to get something together. Dragic to the hoop. Adebayo throws it down. The Heat are within 8 now. Quick pass. Robinson in the corner. Double fake. Give it to Crowder. Crowder shoots. Foul. Count it. And 1. 3 and 1. James Crowder. Here comes Hero on the drive. Floats it up. Adebayo once again throws it down. It's a 4-point game. Here come the Heat. Once ago. Here's Hero. Fakes the Euro. Goes it back. Adebayo counted and 1. Another slam. The Heat can take the lead here. Here's Crowder again. Gives it to Adebayo. The floater is good. The Heat have come back to take the lead. All the way back down. The Heat never give up. For game 3, where the Celtics just have to win that game, we have 26 points from Jaylen Brown and 20 from everyone else, as the Celtics, starve off, possible elimination, because going down 3-0, no team has ever come back from going down 3-0. They're able to starve off elimination, and we're able to, make it a series once again, only being down 2-1. It was a very important game for the Celtics as they were able to hold on. Now, in game 6, we saw the Heat and Celtics split games after 2-1. So the Heat were up 3-2. They were up 3-1 after winning game 4. And the Celtics were able to win a critical game 5 to send it to a game 6. And in this game 6, we saw 26 points from Jaylen Brown, who was really important for the Celtics and was able to deliver, really well. But unfortunately, the Heat were able to pull it out once again, as they shot 48% from 3 and 56% overall, which is very impressive, Their 3-point shooting has been really great in clutch moments, and we also saw Bam Adebayo score 32 points in what was a nice comeback for him after a terrible Game 5 and was able to rebound, after he said that loss is on me, he came back and just was able to deliver big time for the Heat and send them to their NBA Finals for the first time since 2014. What a great story the Miami Heat are. Here come the Heat once again, looking to extend their lead. Adebayo drives. Butler on the layup, gets it. It's out 3-point. Here comes Kemba, kicking it out. Tatum driving Euro all the way to the hoop. It's a 1-point game again. Going back and forth here. Robinson pulls up for 3. Hits it! Duncan Robinson with another tough 3. Continues to pour it on from downtown. Up ahead to Hero. Hero driving to the hoop. Gets the layup! Physical play. The Heat are up by 8 now. Hero. Once again. Another hit. What a tough layup. Tyler Hero making shots in the paint. Making it look easy. Here comes Adebayo, almost loses the ball, gives it to Butler. Butler easy layup. The Heat are pouring it on late. Butler gives it to Adebayo. Looking, gives it to Robinson for the dagger. Hits it. Robinson. We're going to be talking about the Lakers and Nuggets series, where the Lakers were able to win this series 4-1 once again, like they've won all the 2 previous series, and heading to their NBA Finals in 10 years since last the late great Kobe Bryant. If the Lakers do win it, it'd be really great to see them win it in honor of Kobe. But we're going to be starting off with Game 2 after the Lakers were able to get a good Game 1 victory. In Game 2, we saw 31 points from Anthony Davis and Nikola Jokic, scoring 30 with a back-and-forth contest between Jokic and Davis. And it ended up being an Anthony Davis game-winning buzzer beater to get the Lakers up 2-0 in the series. Here's the inbound pass to Jokic. Jokic guarded by Anthony Davis. Trying to make it work in the post, but it's a floater. It's up and good. The Nuggets take the lead with 20 seconds left. The Lakers have a chance to win it all here. LeBron is probing, drives, kicks it. Another kick. Caruso open for 3. No. Rebound. Recovered by Green. It's blocked by Jamal Murray at the last second. 2.1 left. Here's a chance win a buzzer beater. Gives it up at Davis for 3 for the win. Boom! Hits it! Anthony Davis wins it! Lakers up 2-0! Anthony Davis calls it for game 3, where the Nuggets have to win this, otherwise they're probably going to lose the series being down 3-0. The Nuggets come out with Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic and deliver like they have throughout the playoffs, winning a huge game 3. LeBron James had 30, Murray had 28, and the Nuggets were able to jump out to a 20-point lead in the fourth quarter, but the Lakers came storming back but were able to drain some clutch shots there by Jamal Murray to allow the Nuggets to stay alive, down 2-1 now. It was really great from Jamal, that was the kind of game we saw him do all playoffs, I really loved watching Jamal Murray throughout these playoffs, really fun to watch, a great guy, a great performer, and it was really great to see him take the next step to be a superstar in this league, which I really think he will, really clutch guy, especially in the playoffs. He's able to deliver over and over, but I played so many minutes throughout and unfortunately got injured at the end, but, great performance for Jamal Murray, and the Nuggets are going to be a team to battle for many years to come. Now in Game 5, where the Lakers jumped out to a 3-1 lead, we saw LeBron James go all-out king mode. King James, taking over the game late in the fourth quarter, going clutch mode on everybody, scoring the last, around 9, 10, 11, around that 10 point. He scored the last 9 points for the Lakers. Was able to drain clutch shot after clutch shot and allowed them to, assert their dominance and just win that Game 5, sending the Lakers to another NBA Finals after 10 years, LeBron's 10th NBA Finals, and that set up this NBA Finals showdown. Looking to close this game out now. Lakers up by 7, mid-range, step back, jumper hits it! Big shot there by LeBron. Timeout Denver. 31, 15, and 10 for LeBron. Another triple-double. Nuggets come right back with Jokic floater. Here's LeBron against Jamal Murray. Drives, spins, tough, hits it! The jumper! The fadeaway jumper is money by LeBron. LeBron taking over late. Here's another mid-range. Hits it once more. LeBron is on fire. He is trying to send the Lakers to the finals. It's going to be LeBron again. This is the LeBron show right now. Here's LeBron looking to pass. Deep 3! Hits it! LeBron isn't going to be stopped from reaching his 10th finals. End of the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. The weekly NFL predictions, the power rankings sometime. The MLB playoffs coming up. I'll see what I can do. And I will see you in the next video. Hope you enjoy.